to be your dad.
Mary Immaculate Church congregation at capacity and beyond able to cope with the grief themselves. But it was nothing compared with Kelly's pain.
I'll never be okay without you. Not even for a day.
At one stage, Kelly ran in to hold the coffin again. She called Charlotte her best friend and soulmate.
So I decided that I'm not going to be one of those parents that just sweep it under the rug and chalk it up as kids will be kids.
Thank you.
Wipe my ego, dodge my pride, look myself in the mirror, empty feelings.
Hello, welcome back to another episode here on the Bridge Reacts, and I'm your host here on the channel. I really am, Marcus. Thank you so much for stopping by to see another episode here on the Bridge. We're talking about good things, great things, and of course positive things as well, where we believe in long-lasting relationships, of course bridging the gap between men and women, the genders, whatever you want to call it. If you like what we talk about here on the channel, please subscribe, like button, notification bell as well. Welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you. Today's topic, we're talking about when it comes to raising those children right, and when it comes to punishing your children and instilling some kind of level of discipline. How far is too far, especially when it comes to the detriment of other children, other parents' children? Abba and Preach, channel that we are looking at today. The title of the video, Father Learns His Daughter is a Bully. We get straight to it, leave my final thoughts at the very end of the video. Let's get it.
Kelly O'Brien leans into the hearse that holds her 12-year-old daughter's coffin to give it one last hug farewell. So overcome with grief, she can hardly stand. Her partner Matt holds her upright. The O'Briens asked us to be here today to remember Charlotte and raise awareness of the enormous damage that bullying can bring.
I will miss everything about you, baby. I will miss your hugs, your kisses, your laugh, your beautiful, beautiful smile.
Charlotte took her life almost 3 weeks ago after years of relentless torment at school.
Everything we did together, we had fun. Whether it was a trip to the shops or the park. You are my world, my life, my queen bee diva, my beauty queen.
Again, I am not a father. I'm not a parent as of now, but I can only imagine, bro, having to bury your child, especially from something as like this. Like, I can't say, so editing Marcus, please, take that out. But from other children, your child takes their own life. I can only imagine, bro. I don't even want to imagine the pain and suffering and grief from that.
The star on top of the Christmas tree.
She loved to be loved, and we love to love her back. Thank you for giving me the greatest honor to be your dad.
Mary Immaculate Church congregation at capacity and beyond able to cope with the grief themselves. But it was nothing compared with Kelly's pain.
I'll never be okay without you. Not even for a day.
At one stage, Kelly ran in to hold the coffin again. She called Charlotte her best friend and soulmate, a mini mum to brother Will.
I've already seen this before, and every time I see it, it always, that's a lot. Yeah, that's some real grief, man. That's some real grief, and I pray that none of you ever have to go through that.
Likewise.
If you ever loved little ones, just the thought of them being taken away or something like that tragic happening is just unimaginable grief. And, whenever I think about that line, I think it's from Denzel Washington when his child's in the hospital. And he says, I'm going to bury my child. My child's not going to bury me. There's a certain order to the word that you never want breaking. And just to know that the kid they were so miserable on the inside, or maybe it wasn't even like that. Maybe it was a flash moment where they just had an intense feeling, because that happens, and they just went through with it. It's just, she went through it for years, and I think no kid should have to do that. So if I can encourage parents to be more accountable.
And I've said this before on a few videos back, when it comes to like bullying. I think it was the video we were talking about the grown man slapping the shit out of the young girl because she was bullying his even younger son. And even though it's extreme, I mean, you around, you find out. I do believe that there should be a healthy amount of, conflict amongst young kids, so they understand that there is going to be conflict, and you have to not allow that to happen, not allow yourself to be pushed around or bullied by other people. Now, when it comes to bullying and it going back to, home, like cyber and like all this other stuff where it's like it's ongoing for months, for years, continuous, just being picked on and being the butt end of every joke. That does such like trauma to the psyche. And as a grown man that was a kid who was bullied a decent amount, you just gotta understand that confrontation is gonna happen in your life, and you can't be scared to stand up for yourself. You can't be scared of that. And not you show one of those bullies they can't keep doing that, the rest of them are gonna probably follow suit and leave you the alone. I'm not saying go crazy like Jamie and start stabbing people, but like still
accountable to take this thing seriously, to not sweep it onto the rug, then I'll do that every day. Because I know the kids who do this stuff, most of them are never held accountable. They're not.
Yeah.
I would rather before this is ever me.
This lovely lady is my 10-year-old daughter, who has, for the second time this school year, been kicked off the school bus due to bullying another student.
An Ohio father takes a rather unique approach to punishing his daughter after she was kicked off the school bus for bullying, and has a lot of people talking.
She's walking to school? Oh, man.
A lot of people talking. If I see a bunch of y'all defending the daughter.
NBC4's Dan Perlman went to Swanton, Ohio today to talk with the father and the daughter as this video goes viral.
This is a story we have sadly heard before, a young girl bullying another, but it is what happened next that is getting attention around the world. It started last week. His daughter got home.
And she looked at me and she said, "Well, Dad, you're gonna have to take me to school next week. I got kicked off the bus."
Matt Cox's 10-year-old in trouble for
The dad, I have an idea. No.
bullying.
So I decided that I'm not going to be one of those parents that just sweep it under the rug and chalk it up as kids will be kids.
Thank you. Yes. And I will
Yeah.
repeat this message 1,000 times a year. Every parent who does this, salute to you. Because too many parents more protected, more concerned with protecting the
Consequences.
kids, not realizing the kids is making it hard for other parents to protect their own.
Oh my God! But you don't have to shame publicly your kid. Your kid was publicly dissing my kid or dissing that kid. They were making fun publicly. It was not intimate. It was not a one-on-one. It was on the school bus.
Years.
So you know what? I don't care.
Yep.
That kid could get it. Just to learn.
I don't think this little girl was a part of that, the first story with the other girl who took her life. I don't know if this correlates the same story, but, knowing the repercussions of what can do to another, family's child and the extremes that child can go to stop it and end it all, literally. I mean, I applaud this father. He wasn't a his daughter. He didn't start hitting her or spanking her. You were driving behind her, so she's safe. No one's going to kidnap her or anything like that. So as long as it wasn't like 5-10 miles to school, something crazy. But I mean, still, I applaud the father, man.
That's how you learn a lesson. Oh my God, you're so old. Yes, I'm old school. But that's what like that will happen if I will. You have to understand you have to understand the definition of what a privilege is, and that school bus is a privilege. And if you up the rules of the school bus, that's what's gonna happen in real life. If you cannot stand within the rules, they're gonna remove your privileges.
You have no right to that bus if you make it unsafe for others. You lose that.
That's real.
Period.
Yeah.
And you guys have no problem with mothers or fathers crying on television or crying online about the fact that their kids were taken. The tears and the sadness, all of it's okay. But what we're doing about this issue that's everywhere, that we can't put publicly. Absolutely not. Parents should definitely talk about this stuff. They should handle it.
I don't care. That's exactly how you handle business.
Yep.
You're gonna do, and on top of that, I just hear my Haitian parents. La kounya la, vous même ou décidé ou pas faire rien nan boss lan. La kounya la, yo mette ou dehors. La kounya, moi-même, m'a travail, m'a dormi bien tard, faut me lever bien bonheur. I understand that.
She had the temerity.
Yes.
To return home and say, "Oh,
well, Dad, you're gonna have to take me. You're gonna have to take yourself."
Yeah. And you know what? The dad didn't just send her off. He drove beside her because this is not a safe place to walk. So he said, "I'm going to drive right beside you and I'm going to make sure you're safe."
But you walking.
But you walking. With all your bags, your lunch and everything. You're going to eat. Make sure I pack a little bit extra electrolytes for all that extra cardio you getting in.
That begins the story
Good morning and happy Monday, everyone.
behind this now viral video.
Well, it's a happy Monday for some of us.
The video Matt shot it. It's his daughter
That's
walking
Betty.
to school 5 miles to...
Hello, I'm editing Marcus here on the Bridge Reacts, Bridge Between Us, the Bridge, the channel that you are watching today. And I want to talk about today's sponsor. It won't take long at all. If you need some kind of mobile detailing instead of driving far and wide looking for someone who is reliable, who has great customer satisfaction, how about call somebody or text somebody who will come to you? And they do exactly that. When it comes to cars, trucks, vans, motorcycles, even marine vehicles, if it's a vehicle, holler at them, check them out, text them or call them at this number right here, 804-204-9028. That's 804-204-9028. He'll get you right, man. Make sure that your vehicle is sparkling, looking nice inside and outside. He got you. Thank you so much for Royal Treatment Mobile Detailing for sponsoring today's video. Back to the video.
learn a lesson.
Let me make this extremely clear. It's unacceptable.
Back home,
I believe the last time I checked, it was like 15 million views.
the feedback for this Swanton father overwhelming. He tells me he read to all 3 of his children the comments online. Stories from those
There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
stories young Kirsten tells me taught her a lesson.
I shouldn't have put her anymore.
This is a video still making the rounds.
Because I'm doing what I feel is right to teach my daughter a lesson.
A video this father hopes parents
Hold your kids accountable.
and their kids both see.
I was just hoping that they'd take away that words hurt, you know?
Yeah. 5 miles is 8.5. 8.5.
I didn't catch that. 5 miles. So it was, but I think that one time was enough, right? Like, we get to my final thoughts, but I bet you she won't do it again. Anyways, my final thoughts, right? When it comes to parenting our children, yes, there should be some discipline, but I think there should be some level of, yes, discipline. And we cannot dictate how parents parent their children. I do agree to that to a degree. There's nuance there because there are parents who are extreme. This is not it's not. It's a little humiliating. Yes, that's true. But again, we saw the first video on this video where a little girl took her own life. A family lost their daughter because she kept getting for not months, years. And where were the administrators? Where were the principals, the teachers, and all the adults involved at the school? Where were they? Years. And again, I've been there where when I was younger, got picked on. I got bullied, growth spurts, and I just stopped letting people walk over me too. On top of that, of being a bigger size, but like you can't just allow others to continuously bully you. You need to stand up for yourself. There needs to be some level of healthy confrontation and conflict so that you learn how to stand up for yourself. Because in a grown world, yes, you can have a firearm and stuff like that to protect yourself, but like words are just words. You shouldn't kirk off and pull out the blicky if someone's calling you a name. You need to either know how to talk back or defend yourself. I personally don't see anything wrong with what the father did. 5 miles is a little bit of a hike for a little girl. I personally think that's a little bit of distance, man. But I mean, he was there the whole time with her in the car, riding behind her, make sure she was safe, and recorded it. So I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I bet you she won't do it again. Those are my final thoughts. You can tell me your final thoughts in the comment section, of course, below. And what do you think? Do you think this was too far? Do you think he's a terrible parent? Do you think that she should have just, got in the car with him and he should have just drove her to school after she was the reason why she was kicked off the bus because she doesn't know how to control herself and she wants to bully other people for the second time? Apparently, it wasn't the first time. The second time she got kicked off the bus because of this. So give me your final thoughts, and I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate the viewers as well and subscribers. I will catch you guys in the next video. You guys have a nice one. Be safe out there. See ya.